Yo, what is good, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the stream of today. We're in the champion stage, looking at the loser bracket, or the lower bracket per se. We've got Vega versus Troublemakers. My name is Jack. I'm here with Avoid, and our broadcaster for today is Ranky. Avoidski, how are you doing, bro?
I am doing absolutely amazing now. You mentioned it. Off to a good start today with two good teams that we're playing up against. And a lot of players are intrigued to see what's going to happen today. But yeah, what's your thoughts?
Well, they're clearly not good enough if they've been brought down here. No, I'm joking. Yeah, we got a really strong match, honestly, today. Both Vega and Troublemakers, I would say, are pretty level-headed. So I'm intrigued to see where this will go. We're starting on Sandbox. We're going to introduce the teams really quickly. I'll go for Vega, which is the red team. We got Rank, Spate, Adventure, Claw, and Host. And if you'd want to do Troublemakers.
Okay, on Troublemakers, we have Slayer Code, SCJ, Mr. Yakov, Ironmine, and Dirty.
Yes, sir. But yeah, going back to it, I think this is going to be a really good game. Honestly, I have no idea who's going to win. Both teams are EN, which is unfortunate. I don't want two good EN teams to go up against each other, but fate has come to this. We've actually seen a really nice Aerosod and all coming in from Mr. Yakov, but it's not enough for them to get the first capture here. They do get shut down fairly quickly, and there is an overdrive box dropping. But with my prediction out of the way, what do you think is going to be the outcome whilst Dirty tries to pull this flag?
It's going to be a rough way to determine who's going to win. I think it's going to be a very close game today. We've got two strong teams. They're on roughly the same skill level, so it's really hard to tell. It's so difficult to determine, honestly. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a good match. I hope it's a good match. I think it's gonna be a long one. Like I said, we are in Sandbox right now. Sorry for the late change in slides. currently under 8 minutes, but we are seeing Host use his Paladin OD up against two players here, and he's doing some good damage. He's got Adventure on Eris with an Overdrive, but on the opposite side, we do see Dirty trying to pull. Rank does shut him down. Host Overdrive is out of the window now, and this might be an opportunity for Adventure, Claw, and Host, but Host does get a bit dominated there by a No Mine, and it looks like both teams have some really good defense on the line here. There is a bit of server lag as well. But I think with that being said, it's safe to say that both teams have countered it and made a steady comeback from the pull attempts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I mean, Dirty's going to be using a Viking OD here. He's going to be trying to pull here. If he can take out Host, he does. Nice OD from Jakob. But, however, Adventure looks like he's going to use. Oh,
Yeah.
Void OD.
Okay, that was a bit of a violation. I don't know if that was on stream, but you'll be deducted there. Anyway, we'll have to check VAR later on Adventure on what happened there. I didn't actually see it. I turned away for a split second. But yeah, I'm sure it wasn't that great if you had to say avoid OD. Anyways, with that being said, we do have Spate, Claw, and Rank holding the left side. Spate's going to open up with this Viking OD. He can maybe kill Slaker. A nice grenade from Dirty to kind of like delay time here. But Spate only gets two players. It's a bit underwhelming for him. Dirty does have his Viking OD, but Claw uses on a No Mine. There is also SVJ with a Hunter OD on the left side for the Red team. And he's going to be not counterpulling, but going towards them, behind them. But it does look like they will get the return for Troublemakers. So another shutdown here. There's under 6 minutes, though. Dirty might be able to use here. It's got an open position to possibly use, but they're doing really good damage to him, focusing the key player here. But there's still quite a lot of overdrives for Troublemakers. With that being said, do you feel like Troublemakers have a better opportunity here?
Troublemakers. I mean, they do play a good game in Sandbots, to mention it. And they got Samara on Viking, so they do have a bit of advantages because Samara with experience on Viking. Let's see, to be honest.
Talking about Samara on Viking and Anomai. Ooh, the user's a little bit late. And I don't know if that's the lag they were talking about or not, whatnot, but Spate is going to be getting that return. And actually, I just read the comments, people saying Spate on Viking, it's a loss. I'm not too sure. It's doing all right so far. Normally, it's GG Reg, I think, their main Viking. And I think their Hunter is either Claw or Spate. I'm not too sure for VEGA. So it's a bit of a change up we're seeing here today. But hopefully, it's a good one for them. And they're able to end today with a win. But with saying that, Troublemakers have their main lineup here, and they are probably the key competitors for VEGA at this point in time.
Yes, sir. I mean, Dirty's going to go in to cook up another recipe, activating a Viking OD here, clearing out Adventure. Spate does spawn on the house. Bills, I thought it was server lag, but some Dirty's driver's license must have expired there just a little there because he bumped into the wall and that made me believe it was server lag.
Yeah, I'm sure that was on purpose just to hide it, you know, pretend it was server lag or whatnot. But yeah, under 4 minutes on the clock here. We're trying to see Host play on the left side. I'm like you right now. I'm trying not to say their actual names because I'm so used to saying their names, not that in-game names.
You literally caught me saying his name, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I heard it. But for the viewers who don't know, they're gonna be like, "Who the hell? Who are you talking about, bro?" Anyways, an overdrive box is dropping here. We do see Dirty, Slaker, and SVJ rounding up each corner here, and it looks like SVJ is gonna pull this flag and full control. Look at the right side. Looks like all players will be dying here from Troublemakers, but Troublemakers gets the first capture with Adventure trying to use an overdrive to delay time, and Dirty pulling yet another one. Claw isn't able to land a shot there, but Host Does use his Paladin OD, going to be counter-pulling with Adventure advancing into their base and Rank securing the return and the kill, and a No Mind can't do anything alone there, allowing Host to get that capture and Spate possibly pulling another one, but a bit too much damage being taken from him there, from the other team, and that will be 1-1 with under 3 minutes. And yeah, this is going to be an intense match to say the least.
Most definitely, it's a very interesting round with only 2 minutes 25 seconds remaining. We can see that Troublemakers, they do have good map control for now. Yakov does get taken out by the Eris. Slayer Iron Mine potentially can take containers here and whip up some sort of attack. Claw with a Hunter OD. I wonder if he's going to try and use, but he does get taken out by Mr. Yakov.
Yeah. It's looking like the left side for Troublemakers is getting a bit punished here. Spate is going to be activating his Viking, gets 1 kill, gets a No Mine as well, just on respawn. But Claw is trying to push in for this OD. He's going with full speed and takes a lot of damage. He does use his repair and actually gets the stun before dying, and allows Adventure to pick up that OD box and pull, but a really nice grenade there from a No Mind delaying that, and he did have an overdrive regardless, so that won't be a pull from Rank, unfortunately. However, let's see if they can possibly cook something up again here.
Yeah, most definitely. Rank does have a Crusader OD here, and Iron Man is waiting in his base to debating if he should use for defense. So he's watching on the left side Adventure and Host. Host is not going to be pushing in because the Crusader's watching him, so it's going to be a little bit difficult without any repair as well. Claw does come in with some sort of support, gets naded by Yakov, giving him a little bit of a welcoming party just for him. And they do lose control of the right side of the map.
Yeah, Mr. Yakov doing a good job focusing Rank there, making him no repair. And Mr. Yakov still alive, pulling through middle. Rank is going to be using, hits the wall, doesn't quite get the angle he needed to connect on to Slayerkurt, who used his Paladin OD, and I don't mind using through middle there for SVJ. This is going to be a really big opening and a good opportunity for them to win this first round, getting that second capture they need within 10 seconds left, and wow.
Yeah, I mean, 5 seconds remaining and it's going to be shut down. So I guess the first round does go to Troublemakers. I mean, did I say it right? Yeah, Troublemakers.
Yeah, Troublemakers. Yeah. Wow, that was a really good last push there from Troublemakers, I do have to say.
Yeah, most definitely. Troublemakers really did not back down, especially when they were, the first flag capture was for punishment. That's it, punishment. What the? It's not punishment, is it?
Aye,
Oh
mate.
my
Aye,
god.
mate. Sorry, we've got to make a rule. We've got to make some guidelines. No real life names and no old clan names, all right?
Oh
We're
my.
confusing
Well,
everyone
I
here.
see the tag. I see the tag. My bad, guys. It's Vega. Yeah. But yeah, Vega did get the first flag capture, but Troublemakers, they really didn't give up and they ended up with a win. So yeah.
With that being said, that I don't know, like last minute, those last couple seconds, you've really got to make sure that there's no last captures, right? You got to make sure that you're on your defense, especially if you're in a tie situation. You don't want to lose focus on the last minute, right? And I feel like maybe punishment did. They got a bit clouded. They might have thought, okay, we're tying this round, let's do better in the next one, but that's gonna really bite them up. If I was, especially in Vega, I wouldn't be too pleased knowing that they're able to capture last second there. But it's also a bit of fuel for them to possibly win this next round. We are going to be seeing potentially 6 or more rounds today. I feel like this could go there because both these teams have equally as good players, to be honest. It's just down to the team coordination at the end of the day here to see which team comes out victorious. The OD box does go to SVJ. They won't be able to reset. and this is all right for Vega. Having a hunter with the OD, although it's not great that they have an overdrive in possession of troublemakers, it's still not the worst thing, you know. At least it's not a Viking or an Eris OD to really open up the map, you know.
Most definitely, most definitely. So it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing, honestly. Um, this guy, sneaky saying, "I'm always clueless." Why? I'm not clueless. I'm just locked in, focused. That's what I am. And hey, Chris, as well.
He's not clueless. He's just a goldfish, guys. It's okay. I thought the same when I first met him, but it is what it is. I'm joking. I love your voice.
I
Anyways,
getting cooked stream
yeah,
crazy,
you're
man.
getting cooked because you cooked everyone on stream the other day, so it's a bit of
Wow,
payback.
I was so nice to everyone. Come on, guys.
But that being said, talking about cooking, it looks like troublemakers are able to take full mid control here. They've got full right control as well with Slayer Kurt pushing in. There's only Claw and a Hunter up against both these players, especially on hovering holes, is a bit harder to connect. Really good damage being blocked there from a gnome mine. There is a counterpull coming in from Host, but it's really low HP along with Adventure. There's only really Spate who can do much. There's no repair. SVJ doesn't get the return he wanted, and Mr. Yakov does get killed here, but Spate's 1 HP, and they did try to return their own flag. There's a overdrive box dropping here. Good grenades through middle, and Rank, will he be able to return? He's no repair, and it won't be a return, but he does good damage onto Mr. Yakov, making him no repair, and Adventure is the one to open up the map with his Eros OD, but players are moving on over to the other side here, and it will be a little bit of a waste, but we are seeing the first proper standoff for today.
Yeah, most definitely the standoff. Pretty much Renke's type of tactic. He loves this sort of standoff. You know, he says it's very intriguing when we get standoffs because we never really see standoff. Yeah, it's the worst thing ever in my opinion.
At least we're not
So
seeing
very
Highland. I actually wait. Let me not jinx that. Let me
no
check what maps
way.
we're seeing
Better
today.
not be Highland.
Oh, we're
That's
seeing Highland.
all right. Renke, come,
Yeah,
come, come.
Ranke, you're replacing me on the third map. Just saying.
I
Uh,
can't replace you both. I think you both want to leave.
you can,
But it's
you
only round
can.
5 and round 6, so
You
the
say
troublemakers just
only,
keeps
but you
winning.
know
Troublemakers just will
that's.
just keep winning 4 rounds in a row.
I don't think Vega wants to hear that when they rewatch the stream. I can't
To be
lie.
honest, when Vega lost to Memento Maya, I was kind of surprised, but now they're losing the first round to troublemakers as well. Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
get my opinions, but
I mean,
maybe
hey,
I
we
picked
all
the
have
wrong
our
player.
opinions.
No, I'm joking.
Actually, nah. I was a good person to replace.
No, but
They got a solid team here.
They are, but they are surprising me in a negative way. To be honest, I had them a bit higher on my finishing list, and yeah, they can win, of course, this match, but I didn't expect them to lose for Memento Mite. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's
Cross
true.
violent.
Oof, look at this. But looking back into this game, Spate's going to open up with Viking OD. Host already used his Paladin OD. Claw blocking off that OD through middle. And all Host has to do is damage and heal his teammates. But No Mind's going to be using on defense here. Claw wastes his Hunter OD. And No Mind does come in with the clutch. And it looks like SVJ is the one to steal the OD box through middle, not allowing Adventure to take it. Slayerkurt's going to pop his Paladin OD, healing a No Mind within the same time here, and it looks like they have no overdrives to counter this apart from ranks. And yeah, it's going to look a bit peak if Mr. Yakov is able to use through middle, or SVJ is able to possibly open up some Hunter OD or stun his teammates. But it looks like Dirty is going to be the one to possibly do something here.
Yeah, most definitely he was. I think they were trying to coordinate attack with Dirty there, as if you saw Slayer use the Paladin OD on the right side. But Dirty's going to be activating the. Oh, well.
That was a
his
dirty
life,
overdrive, I can say that much. That was horrible. Uh,
his life flashed before his eyes,
Yeah,
honestly.
for real. I hope for his sake it's not gone down too much. I wonder if it fully activated or not, because obviously sometimes it goes down to like 80% or whatnot. But with that being said, looks like Troublemaker still have control of middle here. SVJ is playing a really good game through middle, just dealing damage, dealing damage and hiding, and it looks like he's doing a good job trying to focus rank here for the main part, because Spate's got the flag here, so Spate can't really do much for his team, and rank is getting focused. So, ooh, Mr. Yakov trying to connect on the wall there, I think, but he completely fumbles it. Oh no. So, shall I read it out?
Oh no. Oh please no.
I won't. But yeah, it's nah, it's still a tiebreaker. Tiebreaker? It's still a to both of them holding each other's flags here, so it's been quite a long second round. Standoff, that's the word. Thank you very much. I got distracted by something else.
Oh, it's very, very interesting. Renke, when you see it, you'll actually give a little chuckle as well. But
Yeah.
Adventure with an OD and SCJ with an OD, Claw, Rank. So we've got quite a bit of ODs here. Christmas is quite a long time away. So hopefully we can actually see them actually use some sort of OD within the last 2 minutes or so. We can see Paladin on the right side. Walid does... Host does take control of the right side. Jeez. This is what happens when you play with these guys too much in training. You just start using their real name instead of the actual in-game name.
Yeah, for those who are wondering, Waleed is host. I know you said that, but just to make sure. But Slayer Kurt does do damage onto rank here, and it's not enough though. But there's under 4 minutes here. It looks like Dirty's overdrive was fully taken off of him. He's not got it back. SVJ uses a really good Hunter OD through middle here. He does get killed, but it allows Dirty to get his Viking OD back, which he fumbled, to say the least.
Most definitely. Sometimes you got to fumble the OD in order to become the best, but it's a bit of Jack tactic. You know, he wasn't prepared. He wasn't fumbling then, but
okay,
yeah.
I got PM'd from a good friend soon saying who do you think's the worst player right now. So I'm just gonna point it out. It's Void, but you know.
Guys, listen,
Why do you think he's here streaming with us and me? Come on, guys. When you kind of derail the game, you start looking into other things.
I have skipped
That's why
his
we're
face.
streaming. Yeah, exactly. You skipped it.
Most
You just
definitely.
came bad off the bat. You're
But we
saying
might
free
see a
avoid.
repeat.
We might do. Mr. Yakov is no drops here. He's only 1 HP. Adventure, if he can hit the wall here, he can possibly do something for his team. And he does have an Eris OD. Host is going to be popping his Paladin OD, but it's really not doing that much. Dirty does have a Viking OD. Even if he makes Dirty or No Man activate their overdrives, then it would be a bit more useful of a Paladin overdrive.
No.
And yeah, it's such bad coordination. I think they're kind of stressing here. I don't know what the kind of coordination is going here, and a bit of toxicity in chat from the other team, to say the least. I feel like this is their what they're used to doing, right? I'm pretty sure they've done this in the past.
I mean,
Trying
the
to
two
get
of them,
trying
they
to
have,
beef. They have beef, yeah.
yeah, they have a little bit of conflict, like who's the better player, who's this and that. And, you know, this is the mind games you got to play. Sometimes if you want to win, get into your opponent's head. And this is literally what Slayer's doing. And that's what Adventure wasted his Eris OD, but rank.
Yeah, but Dirty used. Oh, it nearly looked so good. Rank activated on Slayer Kurt, and Dirty went through middle, but he kind of got caught up. I don't know if you saw his driving again, man. He got grenaded and then kind of fumbled into that wall. He did kill Rank, but unfortunately for him, players were on respawn, and they did eventually catch up with him. We've saying that No Man's on right side with an Eris overdrive. He's no repair currently. Slayer Kurt's pushing in. To 3 players, taking a lot of damage, and there's 1 minute, but Claw activates. Mr. Yakov's 1 HP. Host gets the return, and this will be the first capture. No Mind does have an Eris OD. There's under a minute, and Spate's going to be counterpulling again. Not even counterpulling, just pulling the second flag here, and he will get this capture most likely. But No Mind activates through middle here. There's 40 seconds left. They can get this return and they can capture a load of overdrives. Mr. Yakov misses. Dirty just has to drive confidently here, not bump into any walls. He doesn't go through middles. Spate and also Claw are on right side. Both of them no repair, not pushing in with DA, and Dirty's no repair, but this is going to be a capture and a tie. And wow.
Oh, what absolutely astonished performance. And they're at the last few minutes as well. It just goes to show that these guys just were not giving up. And I think with all that conflict that was going on with Slayer and Adventure, they really, really wanted to show who was the baddest wolf on the map. And I guess that was it to show. Pretty much they ended in a draw.
Yeah, so we're going to be going over to Sandor, I believe. Yeah, Sandor and then Highland. So we've got some really good maps. We've got probably the EN community type maps. Highland, probably not so much, but it would have been great if we saw Sandbox, Sandor, and Cross today. But, you know, you can't get everything you want in life. So I'll dabble with this. But with that being said, it is currently 1-0 for Troublemakers, leading this round and possibly going up against another team. Just for those who aren't aware, whoever does lose this game today won't be advancing into the champion stage. They will remain top 8, get star paint, and also keep the paint, their team paint in game. However, they won't have an opportunity of getting bronze, silver, or champion. Probably something me and you avoid will never possibly get either. But you know.
So I'm gonna say it's next major. I'm
Next
locked
major,
in.
next major. I've been saying that for 3 years.
Listen, I'm unlike you, Jack. I always strive to improve. Not to say you're not striving to improve. It's just that. No, actually I do see you improving a lot, but I think your decision making in choosing the right teams, and me personally for this major, I can't talk because you know. Yeah.
Yeah, you fumbled this one, I can't lie. Anyways.
You know what? I was just talking, and then I really thought it through. You know what? I just cooked my own self at the same time.
We all seen GG Reg in the Twitch chat. So Greg, come on, help out your team here. Get on Viking. Let's see what they can cook up on Sandor. But with that being said, yeah, Sandor. Where to go for the Vega is the real question. Are they able to excel back into this game, or is it going to be long days for them? Soon to see.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Well, let's see.
Mhm.
I mean, bro, there's a lot of debate going on in the chat about Greg being benched. Why
Yeah, I
is
just
Greg
was about
being
to read
benched?
that. I don't know if that's actually the case. I'm
Uh,
curious. Maybe Greg, if you want to let us know what's happening. Don't want to start any drama. That's we're gonna become a like drama alert show or something.
he's
But
just warming up the bench like Jack and Pepega. That's all.
yes, sir. Sneaky knows that well. Sneaky, if
I
anyone
mean,
knows that best.
Sneaky was 0.22 KD or was it 0.23?
Two two two
Apparently.
0.22.
Oh yes,
Mr.
yes,
Madman.
yes.
That's who he is.
Indeed. Well,
Anyone,
that is
you know.
sneaky for you.
Let's see if these teams will be playing with Titan as well. I'm intrigued to see the EN community picks up from teams like Spirit or Lovesick or etc. onwards, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We do have the
Um,
map here, but it seems like no one's gonna.
They will
it's like
play
a
with.
ghost town now.
They will play with at least Troublemakers will. We saw him playing with Titan last time on Highland.
Ooh.
And I think on Red Alert as well. Wait, was it on Red Alert as well yesterday? But definitely Highland. Troublemakers was playing with the Titan tactic. Pepega wasn't. But Pepega won. I don't know. It's an interesting tactic though. Highland is not as boring map as it once was, I think.
Yeah, I guess because of the grenades and, as you mentioned, the different holes that they're using now, Mammoth. So it guess it's a little bit of variety difference, I should say, and it definitely makes it more interesting. So let's see if they do use Titan or not. But yeah, only time can tell.
Yeah, exactly. Soon to see. Seen Greg say we train different combos in TKV to official. Feel like teams do this quite often, and I think that's a big mistake. Always trying to test out players and not get comfortable with their boots. But I don't know. I can't really speak for behalf of them. I don't know how they want to play this off. We are seeing Rexo join as well. And actually, that's another thing. I didn't think about the other players in this team. Vega actually has a really good squad here. They do have players like Rexo, Greg, and Rank. I would say those three players individually have so much knowledge of esports just by themselves, you know. So if they come to play as a team, maybe it's the team which isn't coordinating well here, or if it's the players just stressed. But I don't know. Like Troublemakers have put on a really good performance here, but safe to say that Vega has done well as well. They have got captures. It's not like they're struggling here, but Troublemakers just have that bit more oomph or coordination, you know?
Yeah, a bit more oomph. Yeah,
Bit
all
more
right,
oomph.
Jack.
Yeah. Type. Yeah.
I mean, that is so true. You see, troublemakers are playing much of a better game, to be honest. Like you mentioned, they're a lot more coordinated. But I am mine. I'm not sure about him. Is he looking a little stressed earlier? But then again, Adventure was looking a bit stressed as well because he's playing against Slayer. So it's a lot of debate going on, to be honest. So a lot of players stressing because they don't want their name to be tarnished on stream. So let's see.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, I don't know. Let's see how this round goes for them. Obviously, Sandbox and Sandor are maps which don't have too much difference on sides. Okay, Sandor has a better side. I think that's safe to say. However, these are quite common maps we see. It looks like Greg will be playing Viking this round. We're seeing a another reset due to issue of the teams joining the wrong team or wrong sides, excuse me. And then we'll get into it. See who's able to get this overdrive box. But with that being said, I'm looking. I want to see what the predictions are looking like for the stream here. It looks like Troublemakers has 63%, where Vega has 38% towards their name. So let's see. What do you think after those first two rounds?
I mean, after seeing those first two rounds, it seems to me to be that. Hold on a sec. Yeah, it seems to me to be that Troublemakers is playing a good game. And I think if Vega does up their performance and they play a bit better as a team, I think they can do extremely well. What do you think?
Yeah, I like I said from the beginning, both these teams have the potential. I think what's the worst thing here is all these players know each other, you know? So they know their weaknesses and stuff like that. And I think maybe some of them are getting a bit too big for their boots or a bit of ego, and that might sideline them when they start losing, you know? Um, or it could be the other way. They're stressing because they know their weaknesses and strengths, you know. I think a lot of this is a mental thing, and also definitely a team coordination thing. We're seeing Vega now have GG Reg on Vikings, so let's see if that changes anything. Already off the bat, he's able to take the first overdrive box here, which is good for them, especially on this side. They do have the better side, Vega. Um, but yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chloro on Hunter is like S13 says Chloro on Hunter is like the same thing as Ziad on Cruise. Well, I can't really get too into that because I'm not too sure about how these two players necessarily play together at play. They are two strong players, but you know that is your opinion. So I mean, it could hold weight. I'm not too sure, so I'm not gonna get involved in that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to I don't want to say the wrong thing here, but that being said, we are seeing Greg and Claw on the right side. Both of them are fairly low here, but they do good damage. Something you want to make sure is making them no repair, because you don't want them to be able to get into your base with a repair still, pull a flag, and then midway through middle, they're still got a repair and pulling your flag, right? It's going to make chances really difficult for the opposite team. So, with that being said, the main focus is Hunter players here, being able to land their shots and whatnot. But looks like Claw's able to shut down Dirty here. Also gets a nice final shot onto Reverse King, allowing Host to kill him. There is an OD box dropping as well, which Host is able to take control of mid. Dirty's trying to take it, also Adventure, but it does look like Adventure's going to have the success here, but he does get taken out, allowing Mr. Yakov to take right control.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can see Yakov and Iron Man working together as a team to take control of the right side, where Iron Man doesn't really give one more shot to the Cruise, which is 1 HP here. Can he splash him? Ah, bro left him 1 HP. Okay, give him repair then.
Yeah, it's looking like a bit of a slow match to start off with. I was intrigued to see a quick pounce from Greg with his Viking OD, but it's safe to say they're playing it a bit slower here, looking for an opportunity. Um, right control here from Vega isn't the best as of now, but Host and Greg are able to work towards pushing right side together here. They do have Claw with full HP, but he's focusing left side. Uh, Greg is currently no repair, and it looks like they're in a bit of trouble because they got 4 players on right side and only a no mine on left side. Um, and a no mine's doing damage to them. So Troublemakers definitely have the control here. They're able to take full control of the map from each sides. But let's see if that can be a long-standing thing.
The OD's dropping right now. Adventure can be able to use and take it. Look, seems like he's gonna risk it and
No, no.
just swoop in with a nice Crusader OD. Absolutely killing it with his performance there. That was so unfortunate
Why?
for Adventure. So
Why did he
unfortunate.
even
He risked
use?
it. I don't know.
He
He's
didn't really
stressing
need
against
to
Slayer.
use. Like, I
Slayer,
understand. Yeah,
yeah.
Slayer's gonna be using here for Dirty, but Dirty runs into a grenade here. But they're still alive.
Still alive, but does get taken out at the last second. I think if Adventure, I think he needs to disconnect from his ego right now when he's playing against Slayer, because I know he plays so much better than this. And I think because the debate going on with who's better, Slayer or Adventure, is gonna cause him to not play as well as he should do, because he's worried about everyone else's opinion rather than just playing a good game. But he's playing all right so far. He just needs to lock in, and I think we could see Vega turn it around and get a win. That's all what they need, is their errors to lock in. But anyways, back to the game. Slayer is on the left side here, playing with pressure here. He's going to be waiting for some support from Revice King. Revice King does come in with some support with Dirty. They might be making a coordinated attack, and we could see a counter here at the same time from Vega.
Yeah, exactly. Rank is able to pull Host, does have his Paladin Overdrive still on house, but Rank does get taken out. Tried to pull through mid, which didn't really work out well. Oh, Mr. Yakov does activate, doesn't quite connect, but still hits the wall. This is good for Greg. Opens up, but no one's in the cross line. Claw uses mid, so does Adventure. Both of them fully waste. Greg only gets 2 kills here. Not really an opening they need, unfortunately for them. Troublemakers are nowhere to be seen. They're all hiding behind walls or whatnot, and that's the right thing to do. We see Rank activate his Crusader OD onto Dirty. Doesn't quite connect, still does damage, but both teams here in the crossfire, and both teams able to get out of this with nothing. But at least it's not a capture or a loss here. There's still 4 minutes. It's still 0-0. There's still time. Hey
So,
no. I'm just reading the chat. No need to violate a void. That's my job, guys. Please.
wow. Anyways, these guys, man. But I've noticed there's quite a lot of misses going on watching these players, and I think a lot of them are stressing just for bronze. I mean, it is a very nice paint, but come on, guys. I mean, just take your time, don't rush it. And I think if they play a lot more relaxed, and I know right now I'm not the person playing, so I can't really talk, but I think Iron Man could be able to use her for some support here. Dirty using a Viking OD. I'm not too sure about this one.
Yeah, but still is still here. Unfortunately, Greg spawns. Luckily for him and his team, he doesn't use speed like most players would. He activates his DA, has a repair still, does get the return, so big up from him there. But Slayerkurt's able to take this overdrive box. He was trying to block Adventure there to allow Dirty to take it, but doesn't quite work out. But still not a loss, allowing Slayerkurt to take that overdrive. And yeah, this is definitely a tough match to say. It's quite a tough cookie. But with that being said, honestly, I don't really know where this coordination's going at. It feels like you're right about both teams kind of stressing here. I think more so Vega. We've seen a lot of miscommunication with their overdrives here. Slayerkurt's doing a really good job just hiding, using his Paladin OD. Not necessarily to help out his team, but more as a distraction. We see Dirty trying to pick up that flag, but unfortunately isn't able to get too far out their base. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the right side. A bit of left side being lost here from Vega. I feel like Troublemakers are putting in the work here, but not getting a reward out of it.
So, well, they just gotta push a little bit harder, and that reward will eventually land in their favor. But right now, we can see Claw has got control of house, 1 HP, going to die there. Dirty waiting for opportunity to go up the ramp. Host does leave a little present of a grenade there on the ground. Dirty does get 2 players spun on him. There's nothing much he can do right now, getting purely focused and taken out. But this doesn't lead to less opportunities, as Jakob and Iron Man, they do have control of the right side. But the OD is dropping right now, so they're going to need a lot of focus on that area from mid, and that is the job that they're doing there. Good focus from Troublemakers. Can they leave for the Viking? And they're going to leave for the Viking with only 1 minute remaining. Dirty's probably going to play a little bit safe. He's going to seek an opportunity to use her, but he has to be aware of the Ares player with a Ares OD, and Rank really does clip him there at his last moment before going behind the wall.
Yeah, it looks like I don't know, for a split second Rexo joined the match. I thought they're going to do a quick cleanup of someone leaving and joining, but doesn't seem like that's the case. We've seen Mr. Yakov in their base kind of being a distraction. Dirty's going to activate his Viking OD most likely now. There's only a couple seconds left on the clock. Nothing too dramatic they can really do here. And honestly, I don't know. Looking at the scoreboard, unfortunately for Rank, he's under 100 score here, but there's just been no control of the map. I feel like Crusader, especially now, is a lot harder to get points on that scoreboard if you're unable to get kills, because I don't know if you know, but obviously it's only every second now you get assist points for getting a kill. But with that being said, yeah, not too great for Vega. Unfortunately, for Troublemakers, it was enough for them to hold on and keep it 0-0. But let's see what happens in this next round. It's still 1-0 overall for Troublemakers after winning one match in Sandbox.
I mean, the last two games have been a draw, so as you mentioned, the first one was a win to Troublemakers. So really, VEGA is really feeling the pressure right now, and they are. Maybe we might see them play a lot better this round. They do have the better base now, so well, they didn't. They don't have the better base. Not right now. They did have the better base, but I don't know, man. This is looking a bit sketchy with what's going on.
Yeah, I don't want to say I'm really rooting for VEGA to win overall, but I do want them to kind of show the skill that they have shown in previous games. Okay, both these teams have fumbled, and that's why they're here today. But they got to top eight, right? That's still an achievement. But they have an opportunity to go further, and they don't want to mess up this round. It looks like Tech Pause maybe might be able to get called here. I don't know if that was on the nick of time. Okay, it was. It just was. Dirty got the overdrive, and seems like VEGA chose to call a tech here, but I think I'm not gonna complain, but I think it was 10:59, but I'm sure the viewers can check that out later. I might be wrong.
Oh, I don't know. Well, the ref did call it, so maybe the ref might have been doing something, but I don't know. To be honest, but it's not against the rules to call a tech pause, so they're using it to their advantage. So let's see how they can use it if they're gonna do any bit of a change up or whatever. And it might allow Dirty to calm down because probably he's raging on call right now in VEGA and they're stressing. You know, one player on the map can make a big difference, can make the game easier or harder and affect your team morale.
Exactly. I just saw what you tagged me in on Discord. I didn't see that, but he's got a point. He's got a point. That's all I'll say. I think going back to this match, I'm not sure what our viewers think. Maybe share your thoughts. What do you think is happening here? And do you think what do they need changing, especially for VEGA? Obviously, they are losing here. Do you think it's more a morale thing? Maybe. Well, I think personally, I think it's more morale, team coordination, and maybe just a bit of stress. But if you guys have any insights, then feel free to share it as well. We'd be more than happy to read it off and talk about it. But yeah, with that being said, it's not looking great. It's I thought it would be a lot closer than what it is now. I thought it'd be like
Yeah,
4-4 or 5-4 or something like that, you know?
I totally agree with you because it does seem like a lot of players right now and they're just bouncing back and forth. They're not really making strong attacks, no really strategic gameplay behind it. I saw Adventure, he used the OD to heal Claw, but it came in 2 seconds later. Um, it's just a lot of messiness going on, to be honest, from both teams. Dirty using a Viking OD, and his driver's license expires at the last second. It's so many things going on. It's not one player playing bad. There's multiple players. I'm not saying they're playing bad. I know that word came out of my mouth. I just think
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
just a
yeah.
little stressed, and it's
Nah, these
affecting their gameplay.
you're right. I mean, these players have had their like moments, you know. Everyone has their moments, especially me and you. Like we've cooked before, and sometimes you do have those bad games. I think maybe that's occurring today for some of them. I don't know about these combinations, why they happen to change just now, and uh I know Greg came into the chat earlier, but why he didn't play in the beginning. I'm not trying to say that they should have benched someone else for that reason, but just from what I've witnessed overall, I would have said that they do have a good lineup of players, and maybe it's something they've missed out on during trainings and they weren't able to communicate as well. But yeah, it's unfortunate to be in the circumstances we are. But they've still got a chance. It's only 1-0. I know we're talking about it a lot, but they still got high potential. They need to win 2 rounds, and it's GG. That's all.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure. Right, Ranke? Ranke is the analyst here. He's good with numbers, unlike me.
What was the question? Sorry.
If Vega wins 2 rounds here, then it's a win. If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
No, it's for round 4. So if Vega wins back-to-back rounds, it can still be 2-2 in the 6th round.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. So yeah, I'm wrong, guys. But but if I was Vega, I would want to win, especially now because on Highland's going to be a bit of a messy one. Um, I don't know. Like I won't be here when we're playing Highland. Sorry, Lloyd. But but I'm sure Ranke and you will enjoy that one.
okay, man.
I know, yeah, I'm staying,
Hopefully
I'm
the
staying. I won't
referee,
leave you. I love you, I love you.
hopefully the
I'm staying,
referees
I'm
can
staying, I'm
delete
staying.
Highland off the map.
For real, just quick change up, quick repair shop. Just do that. But anyways, let's see. We're seeing they're losing because they're less individually skilled. Lower skill is the consequence of playing against for 7 hours a day. I won't mention it all, but I nearly read that all out. I probably should have read it in my head before.
I
But yeah,
mean, that is a fair observation from
it
S13 because individual skill definitely plays a role. But in Tank and Line, it's not just about 1v1, as he's
yeah,
mentioning. Team coordination, control of map objectives, communication, and timing all makes a huge difference. Even a less mechanically skilled team can dominate if their team work is tight. So that might be the difference we're seeing here. But individual skill, it definitely plays a major role, Matrix, because if you're playing like Jack on the map on Hunter, it's a long day.
yeah, it's a long day. It's actually you might as well go down to Greg's and pick up a sausage roll, mate. You know what I mean? Like it's that bad. Nah, but you're right, and it's fair to say what you mentioned as well is true. Also, contributing those hours playing with other teams can put a major impact. I'm sure maybe some of the viewers who aren't in touch as much in esports or play just enjoy to watch or just want to get the keys and happen to listen to the stream whilst we do watch it. These players do play for quite a lot with other teams and stuff, so they might be playing well with other people, but they might be stressing here because maybe they're not as friendly, but they don't work well together, you know. But anyways, we are seeing a bit of a change up. Rexo's going to be playing Paladin now, and that is it. That's the only thing which has been changed up. Overdrive is dropping. It looks like Slayer is going to leave it for Dirty. Rank does shoot Slayer, making him no repair. So both Vikings have an overdrive here. Let's see if something can progress. Bear in mind, Vega do have the worst side here. It's not a massive debuff, but it's still a better opportunity for a No Mine and Mr. Yakov to pull the flag here with that little ramp and Eris OD. I don't know if you want to go more into detail with that, since I don't really play Eris that much.
My eyes didn't quite catch it. It missed it just for a second.
No, I didn't use. He didn't use. But I'm just saying, like, it's fair to say that Eris is better on the blue side, right?
Blue side,
Because you got
yeah.
that
I
little
mean,
ramp by the house.
yeah. So you can literally just take control of the house there,
Yeah.
and it's so difficult when you're playing on the red side as Eris because you're constantly having to clear him, and sometimes going out the Crusader can give you a 1 real, and then the Eris player can give you 2 thunders, and then it's GG's.
Yeah, I
So
mean, even now we're seeing Mr. Yakov and being unable to die here. He does push up eventually. I'm sure his drops are kind of running out, so he's like, you know what? I'll push up. I'll do damage. They're doing so good. Ooh, Reverse King uses a good Hunter AD. Doesn't get rank. Rank does ghost into his teammates, but still connects two with Dirty on the house, does get grenaded there by Adventure, but that nearly was an opening for Dirty to use his Viking overdrive. And we're seeing Mr. Yakov push in here, and it's not looking like a pull will happen, but look at how much pressure Troublemakers is putting on them right now.
Yeah, so much pressure. They're not even letting them breathe. It's like they got their necks on their they got their heels on their necks and they're not
Their
letting them
necks on
breathe.
their heels, yeah?
And that's crazy. But yeah, they got their heels on their neck, not giving them a chance to breathe, and that is the good thing that they're doing. Is not easing up, no chance at all, letting them suffocate and just causing them to constantly give information more than they should necessarily on the map. So let's see if they can keep applying that pressure, because that is doing a good job. Mr. Yakov here applying pressure with Iron Mine. Iron Mine has a chance to use, but Rank does give him a good juicy nade just for him and takes him out. Iron Mine could go solo, but Claw is there with a Hunter OD. You know, I would risk it. I would try and take out Claw. I would go on the ramp and use on 3 players, but he doesn't risk it. He's going to wait for Yakov instead. Yakov using on Rank. Maybe we might see some sort of good attack. No.
Oh,
Why was
unfortunate.
Iron
Rank
Man in the open?
Yeah, Rank did a good job kind of baiting him out. Oh, Mr. Yakov grenade combo shot onto Claw whilst he uses his Hunter OD, and Iron Man going to be using an Eris OD, but these players don't go into it. It doesn't heal anyone, does take out 2 low players. It's a really good attempt, but not good enough. Looks like Vega are able to lock on here and get their flag returned in the nick of time. And yeah, Claw kind of wasted an overdrive, not seeing the pressure being put on from Mr. Yakov, as you said. That's what they got to do. They got to contest here. We're seeing Rexo activate his Paladin OD. He has to stay alive here. GG Reg will be not taking that. Looks like Adventure does a really good job. This time he doesn't die. He uses his overdrive. So does Greg. Rexo is able to pull the flag here, and none of them have overdrives. GG Reg completely shutting them down, with Rank also using a Crusader OD, and this is probably the best we've seen so far from Vega, with Rank able to pull the flag. This is the kind of coordination and team we need from them in order to get a solid capture, securing probably their best capture within this game today.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. This is absolutely astonishing. Even with the apply of pressure that the Troublemakers players were applying there to their opponents, and it just goes to show that Vega managed to turn it around. But Mr. Yakov here pulling with 1 HP, Greg there to give him a little bit of a welcome party and just give him a bit of a hard time and saying back to base, son. But
Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't know. There's still 5 minutes, so getting a bit hype here for Vega to make an introduction for themselves finally. Maybe solidifying their first point on this game. Claw able to take out Dirty here, and GG Reg gonna be taken out by Slayer Kurt, and looks like Claw's left to melt through Slayer Kurt's and reverses King's HP, and he does just that with an overdrive dropping here. We're seeing GG Reg trying to take it along with Dirty. GG Reg's no repair, but he still takes it. The help of Rexo, I feel like Rexo and Greg are working so well within a tandem here to take left control and also overdrives. We're seeing them work, especially when an overdrive is dropping, always being coordinated and attacking together. I can't recall that happening so much in the past earlier, but maybe it's just a bit of a boost within the team overall, saying, you know, this is what we've got to work on, our overdrive drops, our placement, our team coordination. And if that is the case and that's what they've done, props to them. They can possibly win this whole game if they just keep it up, but Troublemakers have shown such dominance overall, so they've got to watch out.
yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. It's Troublemakers. They're having a little bit of hard time. They were playing so well to begin with. They're applying pressure, playing aggressive there, and putting Vega on the back fence there. But they have really turned it around, and it seems like Vega did take advantage of their aggression that they were applying and towards them, and they turned it around and really went with the brute force and getting a flag capture. So, I mean, let's see if they can hold down the fort as much as they can. With only 3 minutes remaining, Claw with a OD, Adventure, Greg. So they have a good amount of ODs. I mind debating if he can use hair, Claw's hair to shut it down if necessary. But, whoa, Rebs King with a Hunter OD. Wow. I didn't even expect that. And Yakov is going to be pulling there. Iron Man has another chance to take a OD bots here. He could use on the left side, but Slayer is going to be activating the Paladin OD to distraction. But no, I think they're going to get that return with rank there. Iron Man's going to maybe use. Nah, it's
Whoa.
too risky.
Yeah, it's a bit too risky. Claw was in a position where he had to use, and luckily for him, he successfully did it, stunning the flag carrier. GG Red can go through middle, possibly use on these players, but he doesn't do that. He does go in just for the damage. But left side is fairly open. Dirty's there. Rexo's clocked him, and he's gonna go in to deal damage to allow Greg to possibly come in and help him out. But I feel like they're mainly focused on the right side with a no mine and Mr. Yakov, along with Slayer, because they have a really good opportunity of pulling the flag. Rivel's Kings is only 1 HP, no drops. Both Mr. Yakov and Anomine use their overdrives, and Anomine takes out Claw and GG Reg, but the flag still isn't pulled. A lot of Vega players have died here. They're all on Vesp. Mr. Yakov 1 HP. Greg is going to be activating his Viking OD, shuts down this, and does clock one player, but he's just trying to catch an eye on Dirty here, which he will get. And Rexo does activate his Paladin OD, so this is the time to counter attack here. Try and put in the damage they need to do so they don't get make that happen again. Excuse me.
Yeah, definitely agree with you. These subtle mistakes that are being made could be avoided, but with all of the pressure being dealt right now, Adventure was unable to take that OD. Dirty does secure it in a split second, so maybe we have an opportunity to see one sort of attack within the last minute. Dirty spawns on the left side. He's up against Rank. Rank is really watching him like a predator right now. But Dirty's going to take a different route. He's going to go on the right side instead of going through left where Rank has an opportunity to use on him. The best decision that he can make so far. Greg is there. If he can take out Greg with Slayer, that means Dirty can use, but he is bumping to the wall and he does self. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's 35 seconds, 30 seconds left on this map. And I think this is the point where Vega either have to choose upon pushing, making a lot of damage upon their opponents, or just deafing. We're seeing Rank playing a lot better game this round. He has the team coordination. They've got right side. Adventure and him have been working well, I would say, this round. And he does have that Crusader OD, which is going to activate onto Dirty. Man, safe to say that was a dirty OD onto him, and completely shuts that one down. Even though they had no time, Rank just had to put it in their face, making it 1-1 overall score. And we're going to be going over into Highland, which will be the first round on Highland, where they're going to be having to play 2 rounds.
So, yes, sir, most definitely. Highland. You know what, guys? This is an intense game, honestly, and I want to know you guys' opinions on the chat. Who is actually going to go away with this win today? And
Yeah.
and it's very interesting. I mean, what do you think, Jack? Now, based on how everything's played now and the
I
current
don't
score.
want to. You know what? I don't want to put any players down because I think I've been in the position where I've been benched or something like this, or I've given my spot to someone else, and it's worked out. But I do think Vega is playing better with this lineup. I said it from the beginning. They've got when I remembered about their team and who's in it. I think that Rank, Greg, and Rexo can easily have that individual kind of mentality of how to play esports, especially Greg. He's got that veteran paint. He's played pretty much every format there is in this game. He's got countless hours in the game, so knowledge should be there for him. Now it's all about the his team communication and just being aware, not being drowsy or not being unable to play his best match. And then for the others, honestly, they just need to push together, work together, and really communicate and listen, because that's what Troublemakers had throughout this whole game. They've had that kind of communication and whatnot. We've seen SVJ and Reverse King play. Personally, I would put SVJ back in, but that's just because I think he's a better hunt player. However, I'm not gonna say that that's the reason why they're losing, because I think Vega just played a better game. That's all. I think Troublemakers are still doing what they're doing because we've seen them have control of the whole map. It's just that Vega were able to crack through the cracks, break through the cracks, excuse me, and get that capture.
Yeah, they were able to crack through the cracks. Yes, so they were. And I'm playing,
Yeah.
but yeah, you're definitely right. Um, but I mean, let's see on Highland if they're gonna use this mammoth tactic. Sorry, not mammoth, Titan, because Titan seems to be Troublemakers sort of recent tactic they were using against Pepega, or if they're going to go with a smarter strategic approach and just use what they're most comfortable with. Sometimes you have to just go with what you're comfortable with rather than switching it up at the last second and just try new things. It's just pointless.
Yeah, exactly. We are just waiting for the map here, and once we do that, let's do you want to try and find out what happened with the other match, Sana?
Yep.
So no.
Checking it right now. Okay, current score there is 2-1. We are in the 5th round, so we had a tie in between. I don't know which round, of course. 2-1 is the current score, and 5th round is starting right now there after attack pass. 2-1 for Sanar, by the way. I need to say that as well. So
Hey,
this,
2-1. So it's
with a
2
win
1
from
then.
Sanar in this round, Joe5 will be out.
Oh, Chill Vibe. What is going on with Chill Vibe? There seems like they're having a rough time this major. It's like that team. What team was it? Deviants. Chill Vibe is the next Deviants because remember how Deviants used to be at the top.
Ooh,
You guys remember, right?
Yeah,
that's not
yeah,
nice
yeah,
to
yeah,
hear,
yeah.
though, if you're Joe5.
Well, it's true. It's true. It's
It's
true.
true, yeah.
And then Deviants just fell off there, and then it's the same repeating thing, like deja vu with Chill Vibe. They were at the top, and now they're falling off. You know,
Well,
when
I
you're at
mean,
the top, you get too
yeah,
comfortable.
yeah, it's true. I mean, with Deviants, I think they kind of their players, you know, how do I word this? Their players ended up being recognized, you know, so a lot of them kind of split up, and that made open opportunities for new players, right? Or not new players, but players which were in uh, worse teams. I don't know how you can word that nicely, but in worse teams. So I feel like that's why teams like that kind of downgraded, because they had to take on those kind of new recruits rather than finding the best players there are. Because teams like Lovesick or Spirit or stuff like that, etc., want to take those players which obviously won and showed the excellence within the last majors. And it wouldn't surprise me if teams here, if players from these games did the same, if they were introduced to play with better teams, because some of these players have shown really good excellence, especially in today's game. So let's see what happens with the majority of them, if they even want to continue playing esports, because it can be a bit stressful. But yeah, I'm intrigued.
It most definitely is. This is a really, really big esports shake-up, to be honest. It's definitely something we've haven't quite really seen. And this big shake-up has occurred last major, which was 2024 Winter Major, where we saw a lot of different things taking place. A lot of teams started winning, beating other teams. So who knows? You might see an English team like Pepega top one. Maybe it's a potential, but if it's not this major, it could be winter major. Anything could happen because if we're seeing Deviants fall off, we're seeing Chill Vibe fall off, which was used to be team pointers, then what's next really? It really has to, the question has to be answered. What's going to happen in the future?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's completely true. Also, for that person saying, Jack, stop waffling, I mean, it's kind of my job to waffle here on the stream, right? So, I mean, I don't really know what to say, buddy. But, yeah. Anyways, let's see. You know what? I got myself some energy, and I'm ready to to witness some Highland. We did see Claw use Titan. I don't know if you got a glimpse of that. It looks like troublemakers do not want to proceed down that line. Oh, Claw went back to Hunter. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best choice. That's the best choice. Just play with what you're comfortable with.
Exactly, exactly. Uh, that is completely true. I mean, I'll be honest. I played. I can't even remember what team it was. Oh yeah, I played the other day, and I was playing against one of I'll say one of the top three teams, and I was playing on Hunter. And I tell you what, I was not having a good time. I mean, I'm already bad on Hunter, so imagine me getting
Nah, you're not bad.
dominated.
You're
Nah, I'm
not
not
bad.
great though. I'm not great. I'll
Listen,
own up to
listen,
my
listen.
mistakes, man.
You,
Uh,
I just think you have so much potential. It's just that you doubt yourself, to be honest, and
to
you
be,
let
to
other
be honest,
people
you know
around.
what it is? I think it's I just don't
Mhm.
care. I can't be asked to play for so long. My attention span is like a goldfish. That's what it is. So I give
TikTok
props
brain.
to players. Yep, TikTok brain. I actually hate that app, but it is what it is. Maybe it's my age. But
Ooh.
anyways,
I
I
mean,
know. Mm.
maybe your walking stick has to be given to you because it was your birthday in the recent weeks as well. So I mean, we're both the same age anyway. So I
Why
guess
are
when
you a tick lover? Tick lover? TikTok?
nah,
Okay,
nah. I
good,
mean,
good, good.
yeah, I do
Anyways,
scroll through Instagram anyways a lot, but
yeah, me
besides
too,
that,
me too. Scroll on Tanky as well. I dominate people. We
okay.
have started this round, and it looks like we are seeing Titan from SVJ. So SVJ will be bounced back into this match. It's going to be one of the trickiest maps, and to see tiebreakers on this is going to be crucial. We've seen it from Papega against, I think it was Diamonds or something ages ago. I can't remember what team it was exactly. I'm sure someone in the comments will be able to see. But yeah, it's going to be a long one if this does go back and forward. But with that being said, Mr. Yakov is going to be playing Viking. Looks like Dirty won't be in the map. I don't know what kind of decision was made here. From my knowledge, Mr. Yakov is a good Viking, but Dirty's been playing throughout the whole game. Maybe there's an issue within the team or something. But let's see. Hopefully, it works out well for troublemakers. Nice grenade there from SVJ, but he won't be taking this overdrive. It will go towards Claw. But look at
It's
this.
uh, oh, Slayer's pulling here. This is looking quite strong. And I mind, did he
Ooh,
jump down in time?
yeah, he did, but it's unfortunate he didn't have a DA. He did get caught off guard there. Iron Man wasn't able to snipe all three players, and it will infect the team here. Looks like the left side for troublemakers is getting quite punished here. SVJ is gonna die there from Adventure. Adventure only 1 HP, and someone has to knock him, and it will be Mr. Yakov. And yeah,
Oh, I mean, well, right now we can see Claw on the left side here. He's going to be able to go up on the ramp, get a little bit of control. But why go through the middle bit of the map? I don't know
it's
why
server
Claw
line.
did that. Yeah, a
It's
bit of
not it's
server
not
lag.
horrible, but I mean he had an opportunity to possibly pull. I would say all
Yeah.
players were on the my left side or your
Yeah.
right side. I don't know. So it's kind of intriguing to see a free pull probably go to ways, but who knows? We can't read into the future.
Yeah, it definitely look like a possibility, but we do have the bird's eye view, so we can see a lot more than they can see. But I
Yeah,
think
that's
if
true.
he went the safer route and he just pulled there, use on the ARS before he could use OD on him, I think that could have been a strong pull. And then Greg could have come in with a Viking OD to clear them all out. But yeah,
Yeah, it does look like Zerka will be able to take that Paladin overdrive, use and take here. And you're right about Greg. I mean, I was just about to mention how well Vega was doing in terms of having left control there. Really good grenade there from Adventure as well, making Misty Yakov an Adventure no repair, allowing Claw to. Oh, he doesn't get Misty Yakov in time. I don't know if he missed a shot there or something, but he has 1 HP. Adventure will knock him off here. We're seeing GG Reg and Rank push in top right. Good grenade from GG Reg onto Slayer. And Rank is pushing in onto SVJ. And Rexo is going to be activating here. This is a lovely Paladin OD. This allows SVJ from using an overdrive coming in here from Adventure. And it's all open doors. Claw has a Hunter OD. And it looks like no one's there to stop him. God knows why Claw used, but they're still rolling. Rank is able to lock onto one of those players, and No Mind doesn't focus him. This will be the first capture if they don't mess it up. And oh my days, please, please, in the name of Vega, don't make this ruin their game. And wow, I don't know what kind of driving that was from Slayer. If he got bounced back from a grenade or something, but he had such an opportunity there. I know my open doors for him. SVJ is going to use as well. What do you think about that, Void?
Avoid is speechless.
Yeah. Void is speechless, quite literally.
Or Network
And
is speechless.
yeah, maybe two of them. SVJ's capable of pulling here with Slaker able to assist him. He has no drops here. Slaker's not going to take. It looks like Claw tries to use, but Claw's using a speed all the time. I think that's the second time I've seen him use a speed in scenarios where he could easily use a DA to use. Maybe he thought that they weren't able to see him or something, but it just wasn't the best in that scenario, I would say, from my point of view. And regardless of that, they're still winning though, and they need to win this and tie off the next one to win, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, if they tie the next match, that will be enough. If they keep this lead, of course. Revolt King back in the game. Revolt King switching for Fraud. Okay, interesting. By Troublemakers, a bit of shenanigans going on behind the scenes. That's not a good look if you switch mid match.
Yeah,
You're
it's not
throwing
great
away
either.
OD charge as well.
Yeah, it's not great when Revols misses two crucial shots onto Adventure as well, but he misses his grenade as well. Oh, I don't want to out him like that, but peak. Yeah, this overdrive is dropping here as well. SVJ trying to go for it, looking like Vega might have the open window, but they have quite literally opened the window for Slayer Kurt here. SVJ can possibly use, but Rank does a really good combo shot here. Mr. Yakov has no one there inbound to help him out, and yeah, don't know what's about to happen here, to say the least.
oh yeah. Sorry guys, it seems like my mic was muted there. I was literally having a whole conversation with myself there for a split second when you guys said that avoid was speechless. I was speechless at the time, but I was talking, but yeah. It
It's okay.
happens
We
to the best.
know you hate us. It's cool. All chill.
Mic not working.
Oh my
Alarm
days!
not working.
Please
Crazy
tell me
life.
SVJ. Please tell me you got that of SVJ getting flipped. That I
Flipped on
didn't even know.
Sophie.
I don't even know how. But I know mine's going to be using an Eris OD, and it nearly catches the guard there. He tried to use for Slayer Kurt, but Slayer Kurt gets caught in the nick of time, and oh, looks like they're all pushing in now for like flies.
Yeah, I mean they're getting caught in the mosquito net and the flies. Yeah,
Yeah.
to be honest. But maybe
Yeah.
Rank can return it. Oh, no, it's better he doesn't return, actually. You're all right. Mm. But they
Yeah,
do got
this.
map control. SUJ, Revive, Slayer. The problem is with this map, right, when playing on the red side, it's impossible. Like, it's really hard to control that side where they're pushing from, like SUJ and Revive. But SUJ is gonna. Oh no, SUJ, that was so 150 IQ there. 300, 152 average. But that was
Now
so smart. The errors used.
this is really good. SVJ force Claw to use his Hunter OD. I know mine has a Eris OD. Rexo is going to be activating his Paladin Overdrive. I'm not sure if Revice has his grenade combo shot here. It doesn't look like it, but they do take out Rexo to say the least. And Claw's going for the flag. He has no repair, doing damage, making Mr. Yakov no repair. And yeah, 1 minute 20 seconds. This is really hard when it comes to Highland for them to possibly pull in terms of troublemakers here. They do have Mr. Yakov and Onomai with a overdrive, but the pressure's just been dealt here from GG Reg, Rexo, and a bit of Claw as well, all pushing in there.
Most definitely. But Slayer activating a Paladin OD here with SUJ Yakov to support from behind. Adventure is watching them with good splash damage. So if they do bundle up, they're going to bundle up in like a bird's nest to absolutely get their bird's nest destroyed. But Mr. Yakov, Slayer, they're pushing here, applying pressure. But Adventure, he needs some support here. He's not one-man army. OD dropping right now. Claw does give the nade on mid. Iron Man's going to be using through mid, a use and take. This is looking like a beautiful strategic attack here. But rank his head to shot. Oh, the birds, I guess.
Phil's King uses as well, and Onomai has to activate now. And oh my days, Onomai uses too late, but Greg had a Viking OD regardless, and no time. This will be 2-1 for Vega.
Big. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, to be honest, that looked too demoralizing because that was such a good attack that they played at the last moment. If Iron Man used a little bit earlier, that would have been beautiful for them. Unlucky.
This peak, honestly. Revel's King swapping out for who was it? For Fraud. We have Dirty not playing on Viking. I don't know what's happened with Troublemakers. What's up with all the changes and stuff like that? I thought it was only SVJ and Revel's King changing, but or Revive's King changing, whatever his name is. But they've completely changed it. Kind of like what Vega did, but for them it's not working out. That's all I can say. Like, they're putting on good pressure, but they're just pushing in one by one. We saw the attack that Vega had, and it was safe to say that it was a lot better, you know? I think what's happening? A tech pause is being called here from Troublemakers, so obviously something's happening here. They need to win this round and then win the next one to win this match. But for Vega, they just have to either tie or win, and it's GG's.
Time is running out.
Time is running out.
Well, tech pause again. Let's have a look at what the chat is saying. To be honest, pretty much SVJ flipped. The moment they put him on the map, they're losing. He should just played his normal combo. Yes, he should have just played Hunter instead of Titan. It was good using a Titan doing when the opposing Hunter has an OD. Very smart. Bro is cooking him. What is going on?
Yeah,
I mean, it happened.
I think it's more of a positioning problem for the Titan OD and not about the enemy team having a Hunter overdrive. I think there is a position, and I saw it with Lovesick playing that match in this map. Lovesick, was it Lovesick? Or was it Spirit? I don't know. It was a match here in the champion stage. And he placed a OD in a way that it wasn't reachable by a Hunter Overdrive from down below. I think it's more of a positional problem than using your OD at the wrong moment.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, overdrives have been such a crucial thing over this game. I feel like we saw such bad ODs from Vega on Sandbox. Um, we're seeing Vega completely annihilate them in the first 4 minutes. I believe someone even said that in chat on this Highland match. So to see it kind of come into action and work for Vega is a blessing in disguise for them. Um, their team right now, I think, is probably the best lineup they can possibly have. They've shown coordination and whatnot. So let's see. Let's see what they can do for this next round. But Troublemakers, they did choose that tech pause, so hopefully they're able to talk it down. They're not stressing it too much against each other, because that's probably gonna make them lose at the end of the day.
Well, now you mention stress. Stress seems to be a big thing here. Adventure has been playing Eris this whole time. They haven't actually switched them out for anyone. So it seems that Adventure is the main Eris for.
Adventure or Rexo on Eris, maybe Waleed or other people know him as host on Paladin. I think either works, to be honest. I don't really know. Now I think it's more in terms of what the team's able to do. I'm not sure if you can hear my cat meowing in the background, by the way, but she's meowing very loud. But yeah, it's either just like keep it how it is or risk it for the biscuit at the end of the round. Put Rex on Eris, put Host on Paladin. Um, and Adventure can even go Hunter. Like, actually, that could be a good lineup as well. Like, I feel like Vega has so many opportunities for players like switching it up. Maybe put Spate and Claw on bench. But I mean, they're doing all right so far. So I would just keep it how it is.
It's true, because the moment they start switching things up, they have to get used to the chemistry building again
Yeah,
and having to hear different voices. And sometimes it can really take you out of the flow state when that happens, when different players join and leaving on the map, because now you're communicating with this player. You're not really used to playing with this player as you played with this player. It can make things
exactly.
very confusing as well, and information can be disorganized just because of one split change or something in
But
the
you know
team.
what? Like going back to earlier, these guys play for hours a day at night. Um, with playing different combinations. So it should be a walk in the park for them. But you're right, it's all about like how you're able to communicate or interpret communication. Right, you can be the best player on the map, individually, but if you can't listen to what your team's saying, then you're kind of screwed. But let's see. Greg is able to take this first OD box. Players are selfing for the potential last round. And let's see what does happen here. We're going to see a feast or if it's going to be a battle till the end.
Well, let's see. Because as you mentioned, if Vega wins, right, the round's over, right?
Or tie, yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, Troublemakers, it's now or never. Dirty's going to swoop in, get that OD. Now, that does lead to a very good advantage for Troublemakers. Let's see how he's going to be able to capitalize on that. And did they switch out Greg? No, what? Greg's on the other team. Gosh. I'm half awake, half asleep. But yeah, Greg wasn't playing for Vega this last round, was he?
Yeah, he was. Since Sandor has been playing.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I know. Highland takes it out of all of us. Mr. Yakov is back on Crusader. Revel's King is on Hunter. Dirty is on Viking. So we're seeing kind of the same players back on their old combinations. Zerkert's still Paladin, and our Eris is still a No Mine. On the opposite side, we're going to be keeping the same for VEGA, and let's see. Greg has a overdrive, but I don't think he has a repair. Oh, he does, but he's not going to risk it. He's not got the team to back him up. They've not got an Aerosody, so it's good from him. He could have shut down a lot of players there, but they don't need shut down players. They need to work on either tying or winning this round.
Most definitely, they have to figure it out. It's now or never for them, to be honest. Slayer there really getting bombarded by Claw. If he can take out Claw here. They are on the weaker bases. They are on a weaker base as it is right now. But Dirty could use and take her for against Claw. Ritzo here on the middle bit. Is he trying to leave it for someone else?
Nah, Dirty did a good job. Not doing what No Mind did earlier, using and taking, just solidifying that the overdrive was taken by them and not allowing the opposite team to take it. It's the best option they could have done, especially on this map. You don't want to waste your OD. Your ODs have to work in tandem majority of the time. But the only issue here is hunters are a massive key feature for countering Eris overdrives, along with players in defense and attack. But we're seeing Mr. Yakov do a really good job on right side. He's not got Revel's King to help him out. However, alone he's doing a good job. But he does get kind of countered here from Claw. Claw does throw a grenade as well to him, and he will die. But Revel's King, why use? I don't know. Okay.
There, but Slayer here activating Paladin OD. He's up against Ritzo. Greg does get taken out. I think this might be some sort of attack. They have to worry about Greg. Iron Man, just use early so when Greg spawns he dies. He's using late. I don't know, but Claw does have an OD as well. It does heal Jakob. This is looking quite strong.
Nah, Rank just 1 HP and knocks him down. Dirty activates his Viking OD, but he flips and oh my days. It's looking good for Vega. They're seeing the sun on the horizon, but it's not over. There's under 7 minutes left here. Vega had a rough start, but they bounced back. They gelled their hair and they're in for a good time now. But that's only if Troublemakers are able to... No! Oh, he does take the overdrive box. I'm sorry. If Troublemakers are able to take their ODs back and make another attack here. But No Mind does take that overdrive. Rexo does use here alongside with Greg. And Greg's not going to use yet. He is no repair as of now. Rexo can't heal him from there and he will get taken out. But Rexo's still doing a really good job here. But unfortunately for him, No Mind's on the opposite corner there. So he's got to play a bit defensive.
Yeah, but best decision made. Claw can maybe use on 2 hag if he goes on a ram. He's not gonna do it. A bit debatable, but Ritzo here is just going to play a safe game. He's not going to rush it too much. He's got good position in here. No players can really do any damage from their spawn unless they push out like Rev's King. Rev's King does get taken out here. Greg here with an OD. Don't know. We need some strong attack here with ODs. It's going to be impossible to do much here.
Yeah, exactly. 5 minutes though. No Mind's playing a lot of middle here. It's good for him, but Claw's really focusing him. Because he's one of those key players. He's a big target, literally and metaphorically. Metaphorically, I said that wrong. I'm pretty sure. Correct me, please. But an overdrive is dropping here. Greg isn't able to take his on rest. Dirty's got an eye on it, but will he be able to take, or will the opposite team be able to snipe him out? And they don't. Dirty is able and capable of taking out OD box and the repairs. Only one shot. It does get taken out from Adventure there. Revel's King and Mr. Yakov pushing the right side here. But a lot of defense coming in from Vega here. Adventure is no repair on the right side, along with Greg, also no repair. But they're doing a good job on defense here. Shutting down these attacks one by one and opening an opportunity. But unfortunately for them, a lot of these players are no repair.
Most definitely. Right now, it does seem like Troublemakers are getting a run for their money here. They're really, really scattered across the board here. They're really rushing in. They're not really playing that safe. They're just really getting so much damage dealt. And this is the thing about it. Vega's dealing more damage than Troublemakers are dealing back to them, and this is what's causing the disadvantage. But I mind using our Iris OD here. This could be a whip of a recipe of attack here. Adventure's going to
No.
be moving through mid. This is it still does the job, because if Dirty does swoop in here, Dirty could have used on those players and maybe potentially pull there. So good job there from Adventure. Really, really just portraying no matter what, even if it looks like a bad OD, as long as you did it in the terms of it looked good in your eyes, then just do it. And that's what he did.
You can risk it for a defense like that. I mean, listen, there was Greg, there was Adventure, both with their overdrives. At least both of them didn't activate. I was about to say when they were pulling, two players were on respawn, which were Greg and someone else I recall. I think it was Adventure. So that kind of Eris OD from an own mind was a little bit of a waste, but he couldn't really calculate that if he didn't notice who was alive and who was dead, who was on respawn. Maybe information was a bit delayed there, or just risking it since they're losing currently, you know. But they do have another opportunity here. Nomad did take that other RSOD. We're seeing Slaker push in, Rivel's King. Oh, rank nearly knocking Slayerkurt's overdrive and killing him with a grenade, but not quite. He's not able to also heal Reverse King Slayerkurt with his Paladin OD, but he is still pushing in there full force ahead with Dirty activating a Viking OD, hopefully not flipping again, and oh my days, he flips again. But he unflips himself somehow, and that RSOD doesn't really come in too handy. It's a bit delayed there, and unfortunately for them, they're all no repair. Trying to pull the flag through top. Greg does have an overdrive, and so does Claw, but Mr. Yakov is going to activate on the wall, and the flag gets knocked up there, and oh, so unfortunate. Time is ticking, and we're seeing Greg really hold on to that Viking OD. He wants to use it in defense or a good attack here. No need for a waste. No need to give up this tie to go into another round. They can possibly win this round, giving them another chance to go for bronze. And yeah, this is really unfortunate for Troublemakers right now.
Yeah, I mean, well said, to be honest. Troublemakers really, 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 they're really trying right now. You can see them not even giving it up. They're really playing aggressive, and they're just rushing in, to be honest, like rats running into people's houses, trying to take over their houses and infest, and that's what we can see. Dirty Revice King applying the pressure, Mr. Yakov nading Claw. Yakov's not giving up, he's doing in damage, and like he says, it's not over until he wins. Revice King here dealing damage to his opponents, but as we can see, Adventure and Rank, they're really, really taking advantage, using their aggression against them. When your opponent players are pushing like this, just sit back and just do it. Pick them off one by one. Pick them off one by one. There's no need to rush. You got a calm game. Pick them off one by one. Just use that aggression against them strategically. And this is what they're doing to control the map without any ODs. Slayer here could potentially pull here. Ritzo getting damage dealt to Slayer, and it's so unfortunate. And Adventure wasting, but with only 20 seconds remaining, better that than nothing.
Yeah, Greg just activating his OD last seconds here, and such a good. Honestly, Vega played this so well in the end. You can even see that Troublemakers are leaving. They played good to get top 8. They got themselves star. They got a paint in the game, and also some tank coins and what other not. They had a really good game. You know what? Vega did a really good job changing the players out for what we see now. I hope that these players kind of play in the next match, because honestly, I think this is the best lineup we've seen. Like I said earlier, we could even put Adventure on Hunter and someone else on Eris like Rexo if that's really needed. But you know what? They played well, and I think it's safe to say everyone could agree with me from the stream. But with that being said, congratulations on advancing Vega, and it's unfortunate to see Troublemakers get shut down. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, it's not nice to see two EN teams go up against each other, but it happens, and it's the game. Don't hate the players, hate the game. Wait, what is it? I don't know the saying, but
They
you
take
know
the
what I mean.
game, but
Yeah, it's one of them. But anyways, with that being said, thank you, Avoid. Thank you, Ranky. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And we'll see you all tomorrow, I believe, right? Well, no, the next day.
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
Dry.
With Memento Mori versus Pepega.
Yep. Anyways, you heard it from Rankit, and we'll see you. Peace.